Well, we are here with the new manager of the Texas Rangers, Jeff Banister. It's an honor to have you here with the Hispanic community to listen and know about you. So what can you tell us about you to start knowing you?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. It's great to be here and great to be part of the community. And first and foremost, you know what, that I love Texas. I love everything about Texas. I love guys that go out and play hard every single day. They play for the fans. They play for each other. They're servants for each other. They play a hard 27-ounce on both sides of the ball every night, win or lose. We lose, we wash it off. We come back and do it again the next day. We win, we regroup, find a way to get another W tomorrow. That's probably the main part. The second part is that, you know what, I love Mexican food. I'm a big fan. Probably every other night, me and my wife. So we really enjoy. And I have a
restaurant.
No, I wish I had a restaurant, but my favorite restaurant is Mamacita's.
Right.
And my daughter is Latina.
Okay.
I bet you didn't know that one,
No.
did you?
Well, how about for you, Jeff, to be a manager after 29 years, National League only?
Mm-hmm.
You're jumping as a manager on an American League team.
Yeah, you know what? It's still 27 ounce on both sides. You know what? And I've been asked that question a number of times about the difference in the managerial style. And the one thing about the National League that, you know what, how you treat the pitchers, a lot of times that's already laid out for you. You got to pinch hit for the pitcher. The difference is it's a little more challenging in the American League because you know what, you got to pay attention to those pitchers a little more closely. Some of those moves aren't laid out for you as easy as they are in the National League, but it's still 27 ounce on either side. You still got to pitch it, you still got to catch it, you still got to hit it.
I know that you say something on one of your conference before about the first at bat. You know, when your player is on the bat, they have to hustle to first base, no matter what they do.
No matter what they do, and that's part of that hard 27 outs. You only get 27 of them. You don't want to give up any of them, and especially in today's game with the instant replay. I don't know. You know, you look at last year that most of the calls that were challenged last year were at first base.
First base, yeah.
So it's
by
probably yes, it's paramount for us to get down the line and not give up any of those outs because we can, you know what, it may be a foot off the bag a little bit, or a first baseman's got to reach one way or another. A replay on an out might be safe for us. We're hustling down the line.
And how about the lineup? I know you didn't have a time to meet the players, all of them, but you know maybe about how many of the guys are going to be your 25 players. People ask because I was telling them to ask questions before they came talk to you about your lineup. What's for you the best prototype to be a leadoff hitter?
Well, one, the guy that's going to see pitches. He's going to work the count, high on base, but also like a guy at the top of the lineup that when we need to, he can steal a base. He can chew up that 90 feet, get to the extra base, get in scoring position without having to use small ball, if you will, to get him there. To set the stage for those RBI hitters that are coming up right behind him. But I do like for all of our guys to be able to, if there's a ball in the dirt, pitcher slow to the plate, ball gets away from the catcher a little bit, to have the instincts and the courage to go ahead and challenge, those guys to get to the next base, because it's more challenging just to be on first base to score. When you get to second base, you score on a base hit. All right, but to get back to the leadoff guy, like a high on base guy that can move the ball around the ballpark, he's not afraid to bunt, but occasionally he can hurt you with the long ball too. But a guy that can set the stage for every inning that he comes up.
How about continuing with the lineup, talking about last season or this year with the Rangers? Too many injuries, and there were a lot of different lineups every single day, more than 100 different ones in 162 games. Mm-hmm. What's your point of view about that situation? Because people ask if we're going to be consistent in the lineups. I know there is a lefty, righty on the mound. There is going to be different, maybe a bottom part of the lineup, but what's your idea on that?
Well, you know what? Ultimately, you'd like to have a pretty consistent lineup, but you also have to have a group of guys who are capable of understanding that where they hit in the lineup, how it stacks up. It's only that way at the beginning of the game. Just because you're hitting fourth doesn't mean that you're always going to hit fourth in the inning. You may lead off that inning. So being capable of being that type of hitter when the game dictates what you are in that inning. You have to be able to set a lineup up so guys understand that we're setting up a lineup so that we can create run scoring opportunities for each inning. Because if you stack everybody at the top of the lineup and you leave a void at the bottom of the lineup, you're only giving yourself an opportunity to score. Yes, so you try to lengthen that lineup up, 1 through 9, and give yourself at any point in time, however it stacks up. If it's 1, 2, 3 coming up to lead off the inning, if it's 3, 4, 5 coming up to lead off an inning, that you give yourself the greatest opportunity to score runs.
You'll be talking also about being aggressive on the base paths. What can you tell us about it?
Well, again, I'll go back to, I love guys that can run. You go back in the history of the game, that and even you watch the Kansas City Royals this past year.
First to second.
First to second. I mean, stealing bases, going from home to second, first to third, being able to score from second base, but also understanding this, that balls in the dirt at the plate, being aggressive and bold, taking the extra base anytime you can. There's only 4 of them out there. You only make 3 left turns. So the idea is to get closer to home so that you can give yourself an opportunity to score more often than not. Now, again, I don't want us to just get out on the base pass and just take off and give up free outs. We still have to be smart, but aggressive, putting pressure on the defense, putting pressure on that pitcher every time he's got a ball in his hand. Make sure that he's pitching out of the stretch as much as we possibly can, because when he's paying attention to that guy over at first base, second base, I know that his stuff declines, comes up in the zone, becomes a little easier for our guys to hit.
So what I understood, correct me if I'm right or wrong, we are expecting the team to be aggressive on the 27 up and 27 down.
Absolutely.
How about telling us a little bit about yourself? I know you happened 2 things that were tough in your life. Your cancer, you fight cancer, you survived cancer, and also when you were paralyzed for a few days on that hit on Baytown.
You know what? I believe that each one of us have our own story. I think that adversity is what strengthens all of us. We have an opportunity to, when we have tough times in our life, to be bold, to learn what it means to be strong, to develop courage. For me, it's just my own story. It's what I went through. I don't know anything any different. I grew up in a small town in Lamarck, Texas, and a coach's son, a teacher's son, that they told me I was probably going to have to fight for everything that I got in my life. I just didn't know I was going to have to fight at such an early stage in my life, and I think they instilled those characteristics in me at an early stage of my life that has allowed me to persevere. It's also a message that I try to give to our players every single day. To guys that I come in contact with, whether it's a player of ours or somebody out on the street, that words of encouragement, a little extra push to get through their day, but try to make a masterpiece out of every day. Reach down to help people that can't repay me is probably the best motto that I think I can have going into every day.
Well, thank you very much, and also congratulations on being the first Ranger coach being from Texas.
How about it? Thank you very much.
And Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.